Hey everybody, it's Dr. Rob Gregory with Longevity, Health, and Fitness. I am excited to start talking a little bit more about the Tai Chi classes that we are going to start going with kind of in this video format. So enjoy these. Hopefully you get something out of them. We're going to start with just a short little snippets, maybe up to 15, 20 minutes long. What we're going to talk about is the idea first of warm-up. So with Tai Chi, it's important to make sure that your surroundings are clear. If you feel like you need to sit down, by all means, these exercises are just fine to be seated. If you feel like you're unstable or that you're working on this for balance and stability, please don't over-challenge yourselves, especially since we're not in the same area. We can't really oversee what's going on. Make sure that you're safe, have a seat, and do these exercises seated. We're going to start talking mostly about our hand movements versus our feet. But everything that we do, whether we're seated or standing, is a weight shifting exercise. What you want to do, even if you're not standing, is you want to visualize those movements of standing like you would. You want to weight shift a little bit. So I want you to imagine that. But really, it's those upper body movements, that ability to breathe into your, what we call the dantian, or the lower abdomen, a diaphragmatic breathing. When you breathe in, it's a big belly. When you breathe out, that's when everything can evacuate, okay? So we're going to start with some simple concepts. The first one, I'm going to start with a few things that are going to be where we come back to our center, okay? So one of the big ones that we're going to start to talk about is gathering the chi and sinking the chi. As we gather the chi, you want to think about opening up your body. You can sink down a little bit or kind of slouch. You want to think about gathering up, pull it all in. You want to pull it all up, in and down. Once you get about shoulder height, those elbows can bend. We call it sinking the elbow. And now we're going to sink the chi by pushing that chi down. Like you bring it into your mouth and then push it down through your stomach. As those arms come down, if you're seated, they're going to fall into your thighs and just slide off the side. Palms up. Breathe in as we bring it in. Elbows bend. You can sink down. That's sinking the chi. Let's do one more time. We like to do things in 3s and 4s, depending on where things are. I like 3 or 4. If we get a little extra in there, that's okay too. And then we're going to come back up. We want to do what sometimes they call the commencement or opening form. What we basically want to think about is they call this open and close the door. As we bring those hands up, they're going to float with the fingertips relaxed, elbows bend when they come up to shoulder height, and then they're just going to float back down. This is opening and closing the door, sometimes known as the commencement form. We're just going to do a couple of those here. It's nice and easy. Sometimes with Tai Chi, if you think you're moving too slow, you're doing it just right. Okay? Now where we're going to end up is we're going to end up in front of our chest, just in front of our chest, with our hands fingers slightly curved, almost like you're hanging onto a ball. You're going to hold on to this ball, and as you breathe in, relax your shoulders. We're going to breathe into our belly button, and we're going to breathe in. Those hands are going to pull apart just a little bit and come back together. This is known as open and close hands. This is where we always come back. Breathe in, breathe out. As I breathe in, the hands open. As I breathe out, those hands close. And we're going to reach out and let those hands float down. We're going to close the door, right? As we float up, the hands open the door. As we float down, they close the door. So we learned a couple of basic concepts with Tai Chi right there. Several different movements that I don't think we need to take forever to learn, but I do want you to practice, practice, practice. So the concepts that we learn are making sure that we can gather the chi, sink the chi, and breathe appropriately. We can open the door, close the door, which is our commencement form. And then we also open and close hands, open hands, close hands. So those are 6 different movements. Gather, sink, open and close hands, open the door, close the door. We just learned 6 different Tai Chi movements, which are all essential for the beginning and then for recentering. Next time we'll talk a little bit more about embracing the moon and a few other concepts. We may even talk about a little bit more weight shift. But for now, what I want you to do is, just like we did, I want you to think about practicing those movements. Think about breathing in, gather the chi. Your arms don't have to come up high, they don't have to be way up here. You want to just gather the chi as it comes up about shoulder height, elbow bends, and drive it down as you exhale. Inhale on the way up. Deep belly breath. Exhale on the way down. I want you to gather the chi, sink the chi, open the door, close the door, and I want you to open hands, close hands. And then when you're done, come out for that close the door position, okay? Work on those, do 3 of each, and then we will see you back here again next time. Remember that movement is medicine, and we'll see you back for another Tai Chi tidbit. If we can turn it on.